Alright, welcome back. Last time we went ahead and, well, took on a couple vassals diplomatically, and, well, Rhonda decided to go and declare war on Dawaro. Well, not Dawaro. Yeah, Dawaro. Yeah. Which had some side effects. Among other things, yeah. Lasangli lost a lot of provinces to me and we're no longer allied. Which is fine by me. They were starting to get in the way, so. I've also went ahead and used the expedition system to get myself a colonial nation. Yay. Which means I'm also starting to obtain, well, not only am I obtaining casual literacy in the capital, I'm also obtaining Colombian imports in several provinces. Basically anywhere with a reasonable amount of trade value. Yeah, I believe it's trade value. I should be able to get casual literacy in the capital in a few years. Which will let me jump up in admin tech and diplotech for a few levels, and then I'll wait until I can get, well, Colombian imports. After that, well, scientific methods is something that I'm going to have to work towards. In fact, fairly soon. I believe some ones are... Yeah, it's spread across Europe again. I need some time in order to get it, but it will come soonish. Just give it time. Let's keep it modest. I've also gone ahead and upgraded to aristocracy on rural governance. So now my main focus is weakening the tribes inside the mainland so I can get lower autonomy so that I can start doing provincial reform and begin working towards a proper conscription system. Levies aren't effective. I'm going to need more. And I've got 2 military idea groups complete, so I can go ahead and probably get enlistment. Yes, 2 of the following. I just need bureaucratic influence, and I need to reform the provincial administration to a formal structure. I also have plans to eventually start working on, well, capital construction, so I can work towards getting meritocracy, but I'm kind of waiting on infrastructure construction to finish for a lot of things. Yeah, it's slow, but we'll get there. I just need more population to work with. Ooh, casual literacy has arrived. Excellent. And I've got the Indian country as my rival. Great. I even selected them? No, I selected France, that's right. Right, okay. Casual literacy. 700 ducats. That's not that much, all things considered. It does increase separatism, but it boosts global institution spread as well as institution spread in true faith provinces by a lot. And also slightly reduces the resting point for autonomy, though not by a huge amount. Yep, plus 20% to true faith provinces. That's nice. Certainly speeds up the spread of Colombian imports, which is, I believe, fastest in the cap. No, it's fastest inside of Zanzibar. Simply due to greater amounts of trade value within Zanzibar. As well as Zanzibar Pio. But other provinces will still get the spread. That's weird. You had enough. Okay, I guess it must have reduced since then. But casual literacy will slowly spread, and I will eventually get scientific methods as well. Casual literacy embraced. Yep. Okay. Shouldn't actually be that bad. Right. Okay, let's jump up in tech. Private Watchman, stability cost interval minus 1%. Mannerism, admin efficiency plus 2. Realist politics, stability cost interval minus 1%. Gymnasium schools. And there's the penalty for Colombian imports. I've gotten myself another idea group. Excellent. Circumnavigation of the globe, ship durability plus 2%, trade range plus 60. Can now get pathing rank 4. Oddly enough, pathing and harborage rank 7, well, pathing rank 7 isn't actually affected by tech, so if you get infrastructure all the way up to that, well, you've got it. I have heavy ships now, I just wasn't able to see them beforehand. Huh, that's weird. Galleons! Naval force limit plus 5%, trade range plus 30. I can have heavy ships, I was not aware of that. The Navy Board, Siege Blockade Progress plus 1, Ship Durability plus 2%, Naval Morale plus 0.2, Naval Engagement plus 10. So I can build heavy ships. Excellent, those are very important. Right, as for an idea group, innovativeness ideas is probably my best option. More institution spread, cheaper tech will allow me to catch up far more easily and have more points available for reforms. Innovativeness gain isn't helpful, but I could go scholastic idea. No. Innovativeness just has better tech cost stuff. And better institution spread and better idea cost. Could go colonialism ideas instead, but... I'm not really going to invest in the colonies much. Probably not, anyway. Perhaps some other time. Humanist would help. It's got a lot of good buffs, but nothing that I'm particularly interested in right now. Empire's got a lot of buffs, but that's... Quite a few of those feel like helpful, but eventually I'll get it. Administrative is somewhat interesting. The postal service one seems fairly interesting, but no. Yeah. Being able to save on that many points is going to be extremely helpful. So I should be able to get at least 4 ideas, I think. 270. 4 ideas. Institutional learning. Tutors might make for decent educators, but there is a special quality to an academic tradition and institutional memory developed over centuries, which they lack, that many students would become better thinkers for absorbing. Knowledge output plus 10%, yearly prestige plus 0.15. Truth and falsehood. All forms of censorship make it harder for our administration to improve. Even when our opponents are wrong, we must still examine their ideas to understand their mistakes, so we can avoid them. Admin tech cost minus 15%. Military science. There's much talk of an art of war, but an artist without a medium is worthless, and properly managing soldiers and the supplies is no art form at all, but the product of tireless study and optimization. Military tech cost minus 15%. Academic community. Paradigms might be constrictive, but personal biases are all the more insidious. The development of ideas should take place in the context of one's peers, allowing everyone to learn from others' experiences and mistakes. Global institution spread plus 15%. And that's it for now. You have no other allies, so... No diplomats this time. Oh. Okay, give it a minute. I did, however, get Colombian imports inside of... Huh? Oh. Wait, what? Where's it present? Oh! It arrived in Mogadishu, the old province of Mogadishu. The location's also inventing casual literacy. Jeez. And very quickly, too. Sadly, it's so far away, it's not going to affect the majority of my provinces. The spread to the majority of my provinces. And, well, it's like any real interesting province. Interesting to me, anyway. Having more Songli is the primary is probably the best option here. Now that I have galleons, I probably should set up a couple. Yeah, 3 seems like good amount. Seems like a good amount to wrest control of the seas. Pretty consistently. There we go. Though then again, new conquest would increase costs of everything. Not that much. Yeah, it should be fine. Autonomy is going to remain at 100% for all of these anyway, probably. Yeah, well, Columbia is going to increase autonomy. Oh, yeah, right. Core costs. Oops. Start focusing on admin points again. We're gonna need them. Time to the next marina soon as well. Right. Oh, and I should call Rwanda in. They're gonna want to fight, and probably be willing to take 3 provinces. That's a bonus. How long until you arrive? 14th of May. Trade favors for trust. There we go. Maxed out trust. Should help me keep them under control, at least for a while. Then I'm probably going to have to look into fighting them eventually. Right. Come on, siege down. Siege it down quick. If I can manage that, that is going to be enough to get just a little bit of progress going. And provides me with a safe location to retreat towards if I need to. There we go. Get a little more of that spice trade action going. Alright, naval battle, and then I can consider it all done. Let's say it's 2 light ships and 2 transports versus 3 heavy ships and 13 transports. Yeah, okay, that was an obvious victory. Right. Okay, that should be good enough. That's gonna cost too much war score, and I can't even ask for more money, so... Wow, yeah, pretty close to losing transports. Well, that's the case, but it is. Boat fighter. Not the worst, but okay. Progress. The present is but the sum of history, of children standing upon the shoulders of their forefathers. We shall make ourselves larger, that we may one day seem small. Class labor plus 5%, whatever that means, and institution embracement cost minus 10%. Further reducing the price of this stuff. Scientific methods is going to take a while, but I can definitely get Colombian imports now for relatively cheap. And other stuff is going to take too long. It's going to take too long if I wait. I don't want to risk too much. I'm being overly patient. Alright, let's keep teching up until I hit a ahead of time penalty, or... well, I need scientific methods. Battlefield medicine! Okay. Cavalry flanking damage plus 10%, Lamoral plus 0.1, enables the bastion. Pistolas. Land attrition minus 5%, combat wits plus 2, cavalry fire plus 0.1, infantry shock plus 0.15, enable 100 bullets, Frankish engines for probably Western Europe. Hussars. Land morale plus 0.09, maneuver plus 10%, enables, well, cavalry shock plus 0.3, enables new infantry and artillery types. Light cannons. Wow, okay. That's where we get scientific methods and ahead of time. Jeez. Cavalry flanking damage plus 10%, artillery fire plus 0.5, artillery shock plus 0.05, enables the flying dragon guns for others. Okay, so Gold Coast Musketeers, Spear, and Shock Infantry. Okay, infantry are pretty balanced for the moment on the question of fire versus shock. I will get a fire buff in attack level, and shock's not going to be able to catch up to that buff until attack level 49 anyway. By that point, then I'm going to get even more buffs to fire, so would be best to focus on fire pips for infantry. Musketeers. Alright, line of battle. Global naval engagement with plus 1%. Naval morale plus 0.3. The Astrolabe. Ship trade power plus 2%. May slander merchants. Oh boy. Colonial range plus 20. Trade range plus 50. Naval morale plus 0.1. The Royal Exchange. Trade efficiency plus 0.5%. Naval morale plus 0.1. Enables light galleys for the first time. And heavy galleons. Ship's logs. Naval force limit plus 2%. May sabotage recruitment. Naval morale plus 0.1. And plus 1 maximum cultures. Apparently that doesn't come up anymore inside the tech. Advance notification. Great Circle Sailing. Naval force limit plus 3%. Max colonial range plus 20. Naval morale plus 0.1. Naval engagement with plus 5%. Yeah. Okay. Scientific methods is the next thing I'm going to need. It's starting to hit my tech again. It's going to be a long time before it hits my admin tech, so I should focus. Oh, that's why. Infertile chance of New Year, 65%. I mean, I'm also Sunny and have 5 royal marriages, I believe. Yeah, so still plus 60% compared to the usual. And my ruler's 40, so there's plenty of time, probably. Don't have any more admin points. Stay coring, everything's gonna take a little while. Which province is that deer anyway? Oh, it's over here. Why are you taking so long to cool? Well, okay, Somalia, right. Yeah, I believe it's time to use the spy network now for something else. Steal maps. What can I steal? Brazil. 60 provinces, but I don't have anything there. Okay. You know anything new about this stuff? No. Okay. You know 4 provinces I don't about the coastal Congo. Oh, it's those islands. 14 provinces I don't in the Indian Ocean. Sure. More information about that stuff is helpful. Yeah, I wonder, for the mission, what do I need? Less than 1 technology. Yeah, okay. There's the province. Literally 2 months. Okay, I can wait 2 months for that. But there is other stuff that I need to do. Let's have a look. Tenant abuse. Range of strategic marriage. Yield concessions to ancient liberties. That should be it for now. Distributes. the old ways. Expand our authority. Expand the bureaucracy. And I'm wondering... Okay, yes, it's... The issue is still autonomy. But autonomy is getting fairly close. Like, very, very close. I just need to go down 1% and I can pass province reform. Assuming that I have enough points for it, which is questionable. Especially after I grab tech, but, well, that's not something I can fight. As bureaucrats continue to have enough influence. I'm not sure if I should use influence in order to... Certainly have enough state reach for a lot of things. I need points, though. What I absolutely need is a lot of points. Fine. Right, just wait till March and then I'll grab tech. So now the embracement cost of this will be lower. 1,000 ducats, but it's worth it. Diplo tech cost minus 5%, military tech cost minus 5%. Allows me, and because it's scientific methods, allows me to do Unite the Swahili. Toothpaste goer. That's nice. Ooh, that flag is interesting. I guess I get to double click it because I've become Swahili Stan again. It does give me cores over all the Swahili provinces. So I now have a reconquest castle's ability against Sofala. That wasn't that nice. No diplomats to send. Well, I don't need a constant spy network on Lundu anymore. Right, late tercios in order to cap my... Oh, come on, the global trade is a problem. Siege ability plus 10%, land morale plus 0.09, combat width plus 2, infantry fire plus 0.25. Join stock companies. Ship durability plus 2%, trade range plus 60, trade efficiency plus 1%, naval morale plus 0.1, settle growth plus 2, enables ships for other people. And apparently that's enough for African modernization. Okay then. I'll take the prestige. Yeah, it seems like a good point to stop. No. Okay. Right. So, I'm now a toothpaste color instead of a deep blue. That's because I completed the Unite the Swahili mission, which actually allowed me to do it twice, because since I became a new country, that means I could do it again. And I've also completed Africa modernization, so that's probably because I was a tech ahead, or something. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah. I have managed to embrace, in short order, casual literacy, Colombian imports, and scientific methods, which... Well then, that was quick. A lot faster than I was anticipating, anyway. I was also able to take advantage of a war Lundu had. Manyika ended up attacking Sofala. Which brought in Lundu in the war, and I was able to attack, as well as, you know, so Mandika pulled in Budawa and Quelimane into the war against Lundu. So Lundu's only ally was now Sofala, and Sofala basically quit the alliance after I invaded Lundu and collected all the provinces that I and my previous subjects, well, had in the past. At this point now, it's the entire... the Swahili provinces. as well as returned all the 3 provinces they conquered off of, well, Wanda, which makes them even weaker, somewhat. In theory, but in actuality, they still have 63k troops, and Monica has 46k. Yeah, it's not great on that front. However, Quelimane is on a weaker position, and I now have cores over all Swahili provinces, which will last until about 1740. Yeah. And this core actually now has an expiration date too, since Kilwa used to, well, Kilwa, the tag for Kilwa is the primary of the Kimgao culture. And I'm no longer Kilwa, I'm now Swahili state, so. Oh well. I'm also in the process of annexing Marina, but that's going to take a very long time. Mazizima, the province, and the city of Kilwa, is about to hit rank 4 on amenities. It needs a little longer to construct, but after that, well, yeah. I think I'll actually do it now, so I don't forget. I want to start working towards getting more provincial reforms through, and part of that is going to involve capital infrastructure. I'm going to need rank 3 in order to get a certain reform without having, well, I do wonder. Yeah, okay. So rank 3, how much does that require? 44 in total. I can easily afford that. Wow. I guess goods are just that cheap. Once that occurs, population will increase again. Rapidly. We're actually losing. The death rate is finally caught up with a ridiculous birth rate. So population growth has slowed down completely. I'm also annexing Marina because it's becoming increasingly difficult to keep them under control. I was only able to do so because they had debt, which I paid off. Oh, that's not going to last for that much longer. At the very least, even if it disappears, it shouldn't cause that many problems. Part of it is the fact that my current ruler is a naive puppet master, and their ruler is malevolent. Yeah. Nominal realm is helping, and legitimacy is also helping somewhat, but it can only help for so long. I'm up to annexing Dobia as well, which is going to take a long time, but that's going to stretch their territory into there, and it's going to become the same issue as with Mosangli. I'm fine with having allies, but when they started bordering my territory... Yeah, I'm not a great ally, am I? Finally, there's a succession war happening between France and Castile. I don't like either of them. I'm Castile's only rival, and I'm also mutually rivals with France. Austria's kind of I'm also rivals with England, but, well, conveniently, everyone hates England, so... And they don't particularly like Castile either. But yeah, the personal union went to France, so now it's France fighting against a Castile that has conscription. Yeah, France doesn't have conscription. They don't even have volunteers based upon the reforms that they have. So, yeah. That's just arrogant from what I know. Yeah. Castile has managed to actually reform reasonably well. Oh, jeez. England has actual conscription. They have centralized. Do you know how hard it is to get centralized? They need career... Okay, career soldiery is actually pretty easy, but still, they need you need a lot of investment. And they've got naval, quantity, and logistics all done, which is enough. Yeah. I've burned a lot of points, though, in order to get technology and ideas. However, I was able to do some good in that I was able to do provincial reform and justice reform. sovereign courts reform. Which means I am capable of obtaining this, assuming I am capable of getting volunteers, assuming I go ahead and do so soon and boost the influence of the bureaucrats enough, but I don't think I can actually do that. The nobles are extremely influential. I don't think I have the, well, simply put, yeah, I don't have much executive authority, so I can't depoliticize higher, which would further depoliticize the civil service, which will help increase influence, but I can only do so much. Still, there are reforms that I can still pass with enough bureaucratic influence. It's not enough state reach, funny enough. Bureaucratic influence has dropped dramatically since I last checked. However, autonomy is going down rapidly, which should reduce power across the board, now that provinces are better under control. Sadly, the amount of wealth, the power of the nobles has increased dramatically in recent years, which I don't like one bit. They're too powerful. The nobles are just too powerful. But with provincial reform, I can start working on better taxation. And more efficient taxation will allow me to at least shift completely off of relying on the tribals. Because too much of my wealth is obtained via taxing the tribals. However, there is the issue of provincial corruption, which is extremely high at the moment, but it's dropping. Recent reform issue. Although almost half of my money comes off of property, so I can at least say that I am relying less and less on tribute. However, tribute, while it is no longer the largest source of income, because property absolutely is now, right? I mean, okay, all other sources of income amount to, well, there's 100 from burghers and industry. Peasantry, residents, and clergy and nobles account for about 90, so. Okay, I get slightly more tribute than I do money from property. But right now, having the amount of money I obtain for taxes isn't actually going to break the budget. It's going to make things extremely close, but I have reduced the amount of infrastructure maintenance I've shoved into doing things, in order to accommodate the fact that, yes, I cannot get as much money from the tribals anymore. Tribals are an excellent source of wealth if you can keep them under control, which is why I'm fine with leaving them on, at least on a temporary basis, on the island of Madagascar, but not for all that long. I still need to build up state reach, and over time, their reduction is too important to ignore. I must reduce their strength with time. I cannot do otherwise. In certain locations, tribals are very strong. At the very least, this stuff is considered overseas, thankfully, because of this province. But yeah. I mean, doing a war intervention here would be interesting. It would allow me to get myself involved in a war without that many countries. Because it's just Luxembourg. Well, Austria barely has a coastline. Luxembourg has even fewer ships than Austria. Castile has a dangerous number of ships and troops, but they're going to be focused up there, over there. If I get involved, there is the opportunity for me to start sieging down the provinces down here. And as a result, providing assistance to France. And hopefully, they'd be willing to, hand the province over to me. I doubt it, but keeping Castile weak is probably in my interests. I'm not sure which side has more troops. I would have to look and see. Because you've got a whole bunch of colonial nations, and then France and all of their allies. The Papal States, Switzerland, Tyrconnell, Aachen. None of which are particularly large. There's also Portugal. The Papal States only have 6k troops. Switzerland has 4k. Tyrconnell has 6k. Okay, that's at least good, but that's probably tribal stuff. What was the last one? Brabant. That's 2k. Aachen has 1,000 troops. Then there's their various colonial subjects, which I cannot even see. Yeah. It's gonna be difficult, but that may be the opportunity I'm looking for. I don't actually know. Oh, they're embargoing me. Okay. Well, regardless of what occurs. I also have a lot of power projection, although sadly I won't be able to keep it high enough for bonus power generation, which is something I desperately need. It's why I'm running rank 3 advisors. I've tried disinheriting, and while the skills are awful, the claim is at least average. Yay. I may do it again, just to try and get rid of that. Oh well, there's not much else I can really talk about, so I'll see you again next time. Until then, bye.